Hello, I'm Erica Renee, and today I'm going to be showing you how I achieve this soft glam look. So stay tuned and follow along. Some time of today with Erica Renee. We'll discuss beauty, hair, makeup, family. So come on, have fun and get me ready. Hello, so to start off, I'm going to apply some chapstick because I may wear a matte lip, and it's better to start off with moisturized lips when wearing matte lipstick. Next, I'm going to go in with my Neutrogena oil-free moisturizer and moisturize my face. Now that I have my face moisturized, I'm going to move on to my eyebrows, and I'm going to take a spoolie and brush my eyebrows in the direction that I want them to go. And now that I have my eyebrows brushed the direction I want them to go, I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Promenade in dark brown. To apply the product, I'm going to go in with a fine slanted brush and create an outline. Then start at the top of my eyebrows using fine light hair strokes and moving on to the tail, filling that in. Once I have them filled in how I want them, I go back in with the spoolie and I brush through my eyebrows just so that it's not too harsh and it looks more natural. And now to clean up the eyebrows, I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me in the number 50, which is Cafe. And I'm just going to use the applicating wand it comes with and apply that under the brow and over the brow to make the eyebrow more sharp. Now that I have my concealer placed around my eyebrow, I'm going to go in with another slanted brush, and I'm going to start at the top of my eyebrow, and I'm going to blend that concealer down towards my eyelid, underneath my eyebrow, and then up towards my forehead at the top of my eyebrow. Now that my eyebrows are done, I'm going to go in my Revlon Photoready eyeshadow primer and apply that to my eyelid. since I have the eyeshadow primer on my lid the way I wanted, I go ahead and use my finger to pat it dry. For the look I'm creating today, I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette, and all the eyeshadow colors that I use are going to be from this palette. To start, I'm going to go in with a medium-sized fluffy brush, and I'm going to be using the shade Ember, and I'm going to apply that to the middle of my lid. The next thing I'm going to do is take a smaller fluffy brush, and I'm going to go back into that palette, and I'm going to pick up the shade Lumbre, which is Spanish for fire, and I know my pronunciation was wrong, don't come for me. But I'm going to put that on my outer V and drag it in a little towards the center of my eye. Now that I have that applied, I'm going to go in with a short flat brush, and I'm going to go back into the same palette, and I'm going to pick up the color Sauce, and I'm just going to apply that under my eyebrow to keep that area highlighted to make that look sharp, make my eyebrow look sharp. Fluffy brush, and I'm just going to go over my eyelid and just make sure there's no harsh lines and everything is blended smoothly. Now I'm going to go in with my Revlon Colorstay liquid liner, and this is in the shade Black, and I'm just going to give myself a wing. I'm going to go ahead and put on my eyelashes. And I got these from American Cosmetics, and they're in the style Coffee. And I'm going to apply those using my dual eyelash glue in the color Dark. After the lash glue is applied and has dried, I pick up the eyelash with tweezers and just pop them in my eye. I find it easiest to do this by looking downward into a small mirror. And then I take the tweezers and I kind of pinch the eyelash and my natural lash together to make sure that it's close to my lash line. By putting on my Becca Ever Matte Poreless Primer, and I put this on my fingertips and then I rub it together to warm it up, and I apply it to my face, making sure to concentrate on my T-zone because that's where I get the most oily. I'm going to go in and apply my foundation, and I use the Fit Me Matte Poreless in the number 355, which is coconut. And to apply that, I start by placing it on the back of my left hand, and I take a flat foundation brush and I dip that into the foundation so that I can apply it onto my face, building it, adding more when I need it. That way, if I've added too much to my hand, I don't have to use it all. Now that I have the foundation applied to my face, I'm going to go in with a damp beauty blender, and I got this one from American Cosmetics. And I'm going to mix that with my Wet n Wild Natural Finish setting spray. And then I'm going to go over my face, just giving it that skin-like quality and helping it to blend into my natural skin better. to go with my LA Pro Girl Concealer, and I'm going to start by taking the color Fawn and making a triangle with that under my eyes. I'm also going to apply that to my forehead, onto my nose, my cupid's bow, and my chin. And for contour, I'm going to go in with my Black Opal True Color, and I'm going to be using the color Ebony. Now that I have that all blended out, I'm going to go in with my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Pure Beige, and I'm going to apply that to the inner corners of my eye just to give that a pop. And I'm going to be blending that out with the same Real Technique Beauty Blender. And now to set my highlight, I'm going to use my Ben Nye setting powder in the shade Topaz. And to apply that, I'm just going to be taking a square sponge and I'm going to press that into the areas where I have placed my concealer, including my under eye, the bridge of my nose, my forehead, my cupid's bow, and my chin. all set, I'm going to be setting my contour with my Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette. And I'm using the palette Dark to Deep. And I'm going to be using the middle shade, which is Scope. And not only am I going to be setting my cheeks with that, I'm also going to be setting the bridge of my nose to snatch that together. And now that my highlighted and contour areas are set, I'm going to go in with a fluffy foundation brush and my Fit Me pressed powder in 355 coconut. And I'm just going to apply that to all the areas that weren't set, as well as going over the highlighted and contour areas, just to make sure there's no harsh lines and everything is blended seamlessly, so I'm not out here looking crazy. And now that I have my face set, I'm just going to be applying some gel liner to my lower lash line using my Essence Longwear in the color Black, I believe. And I'll link all this in the description box. And now that my foundation is done and everything is set, I'm going to go back in with my setting spray and just put that all over my face. And then I'm using my mirror to fan my face dry. But before it fully dries, I'm going to go in with my highlighter. And I use Laura Geller in the shade Gilded Honey. And I'm going to be taking a fluffy highlighting brush, and I'm going to apply that highlighter to the top of my cheekbones, my cupid's bow, and the bridge of my nose. For blush, I'm going to be going in with my Wet n Wild color icon in the shade Mellow Wine. And to apply this, I'm going to be using a fluffy slanted brush. I apply it to the apple of my cheek and I pull it up towards my chin. Today's look, I'm going to be wearing lip gloss, and to keep it from sliding everywhere, I'm going to line my lips with my Wet n Wild color icon in the color Pretty and Meek, and it's a dark brown, and I'm going to use that before I put the lip gloss on to keep the lip gloss in place. J Beauty Cosmetics in the color Melanin, and I'm going to be using that lip gloss. And this is my personal lip gloss, so I just squeeze something out and put the tube right on my lip because nobody else is going to be using this. And I put too much on, so I'm just going to go in with my finger just to wipe some of the excess off, as well as smooth the application out. That's how I achieved this look. Thanks for following along. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Sometime of today with Erica Renee, we'll discuss beauty, hair, makeup,